Today, we are diving into a truly powerful World War II story. It's a story of survival, of faith, and an unlikely brotherhood. This is The Boys in the Light by Willner, and believe me, it's a story that absolutely needed to be told. And this isn't just any war story. We're talking about a #1 bestseller. There's a reason it has connected so deeply with so many readers, and it really is a testament to the power of the events it describes. I mean, listen to this. Best-selling author Mitchell Zuckoff called it a beautifully braided story that reveals the best and worst of humanity. And that contrast, right there, is what makes this whole thing so incredibly compelling and, you'll see, so essential for our time. So, what makes this book so unique? Well, it's all in the structure. It follows two parallel journeys, two completely different worlds that are on a collision course. Let's start with the first one. First up, we follow one boy's absolute nightmare. And this is the intensely personal story of Eddie Willner, who is actually the author's own father. So, how old was Eddie when his entire world was just ripped apart? He was only 16. Just 16 years old. It's almost impossible to wrap your head around what he was forced to go through at that age. You know, at an age when most of us are thinking about school or our future, Eddie was rounded up and forced into slave labor. He would then spend the next 3 years just trying to survive the unimaginable horrors of death camps, including the infamous Auschwitz. Okay, so now let's pivot to that second journey. While Eddie was fighting for his life, another group of boys was heading into the very same war, but from the other side of the world, a company of American soldiers. So, who were these soldiers? Were they some kind of elite fighting force? Not at all. They were just ordinary young men, farmers, factory workers, coal miners, basically plucked from their everyday lives and thrown into the total chaos of war. And get this, their leader, a guy named Elmer Hovland, was only 23 himself. And together, this group of totally untested boys would have to transform into a weary, battle-hardened tank division, facing the relentless grind of combat day after day. And you can imagine, surrounded by constant death and destruction, they started to lose sight of why they were even there. They were just exhausted, and they began to seriously question if the immense sacrifice was truly worth it. This is where everything changes. These two completely separate worlds, the lone survivor and the weary soldiers, are about to collide in one single, unforgettable encounter. You know all those doubts they had? That big question about the purpose of the war? Well, they were about to get a definitive, life-altering answer. All of a sudden, out of the woods, two skeletal figures just appear. Two boys, one of them being Eddie Willner, who had just escaped the absolute horror of a death march. And the boys, they raise their arms, and that's when the soldiers see them. The tattooed numbers from the concentration camps. In that single, silent moment, the soldiers finally understood exactly what they were fighting against. This one encounter becomes the absolute heart of the book's message. It's just a powerful, powerful testament to humanity and really the ultimate triumph of good over evil. So ultimately, this story is a testament to surviving against impossible odds, to the powerful bonds of brotherhood that are forged in war, and maybe above all, to the incredible, unbelievable resilience of the human spirit. And it leaves us with a really profound question, doesn't it? In the absolute darkest of times, how do we find and hold on to our shared humanity? This book offers a pretty powerful answer. An extraordinary and essential true story. For anyone who wants to experience this epic journey for themselves, the link to this book is in the video description.